Well, good morning everybody and welcome to the start of a brand new week here on Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby and look who I have alongside me. How are you?
I'm very well, how are you?
I'm okay, I'm just about recovered from last night's US warehouse exploits.
Oh, was there a sale on?
Yeah, it was busy last night.
I sadly wasn't watching last night because it was Mr. C's birthday.
Oh!
So I was out for an Italian meal last night.
Oh, any good?
It was delicious.
Was it?
I'll recommend it. I'll tell you where it is. It was very good. How did the sale go?
Oh, it was busy.
Oh.
It was, as you would expect, it was busy. But do you know what? It's nice to come back into a brand new week and an anniversary. Can you believe it's the 3rd anniversary of Colour Me Happy, which I know is a lot of people's favourite show. So we're celebrating that over the course of the day today. And who better to celebrate it with, of course, than Leanne. And we've got, well, you know what? It's a little bit of a mixed up day today because we've got Wake Up Call right now where we're going to preview everything which is coming up during the Colour Me Happy anniversary at 2 o'clock. And then we've got a 1-hour Monday Makers for you as well with Craig. And then for our US viewers later on, we have got a foil press masterclass. So there's lots to look forward to over the course of the day today. I'll fill you in on all the details. But as far as the Colour Me Happy anniversary is concerned, there is loads on the website right now. There is also a code there for you as well, which is CMH10. If you're buying individual items, it's all explained on the web again. Use that code and you'll get an extra 10% off. We've got 15% off embossing folders and stencils, and like we said on the website, loads of deals when it comes to the Spectrum Noir range. And isn't it nice? I can't believe 3 years of colouring we've been doing.
I am sitting here trying to just compute that information, Ben, because I did the launch of Colour Me Happy.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know where those 3 years have gone.
Yeah.
I would have said it was 18 months.
I know.
It's like I'm in a time warp.
Let's do
Step to the left.
Again. And how amazing have all our, I mean, our products were amazing to start with, but just think over the course of the last 3 years, what we've added to our range. It's incredible, isn't it, really?
Oh, it's phenomenal. And when you do look back, you just, it wows me every time because I wonder how we've managed to do that. But of course, you've got all of those fab products now to try and use that you didn't have before. And I think it's always great to have a little period of time just to consolidate and go, look, these are the amazing colouring things we've got and this is what you can do with them. I think that's what we're going to get the chance to do, isn't it, today?
Absolutely right. We're covering off a whole host as far as the range of Spectrum Noir products is concerned. So we'll rattle through loads of deals in Wake Up Call. Feel free to ask the questions as well. I always feel whenever Leanne is in the house, this is your opportunity to ask the questions. And you know what? Go back to basics as far back as you want to go. We've had some brilliant questions recently from new crafters. Questions as simple as, and I always quote this one because do you know what? We rattle on about stuff here and sometimes we forget there are new people. We had a question the other week, what's a tape pen? What a great question if you don't know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Isn't it?
Yeah. So if we're talking today about, I don't know, Aqua pens, and then we talk about Classiques, we talk about Illustrators, and you go, what are all these things? Ask the questions, right?
Yes, absolutely. Any question, and no question is ever a silly question. Don't be sat at home thinking, I'm not asking that, it's silly. Because if it's a question you're thinking, it's a question at least another 10 people are thinking. Somebody needs to know the answer. So whatever it is, ask it and we'll do our best to answer.
Yeah, and today's the day to ask. I mean, you know, don't ask me. Leanne is the lady to ask. She's the oracle of all things Colour Me Happy. So make sure you ask those questions today. And make sure you hit up the website as well because there is loads there for you. As I've mentioned, have a look. That 10% off, you can click on that individual Spectrum Noir items. How handy is that? It's even like listed in a little section for you on the website, so you don't even have to go fishing those out. That code CMH10. Oh, look at all the goodies here. But actually, I'm just looking through here at these. We've had quite a few sellouts there, as you can see already. People have been picking up on these codes. But look again, if you want individuals of the Shimmer pads, we've got those there. We still do have some glitter paste in stock, which is good news. Just having a little further look through here, we've got some of our tricolour pens. We've got that collector's edition as well in that list. Academy of Colour, I can see there. 3 for 2 deals as well. There's loads on the website. Also worth bearing in mind, that if you are buying lots of goodies today, you'll want storage. So we've got 3 for 2s when it comes to buddy bags, Totally Tiffany buddy bags, and 25% off all storages. There's loads on the website. Do make sure you check it all out. And as I've said, if you're buying individuals today, that code is CMH10, which will get you an extra 10% off individuals. And worth bearing in mind that you can still bundle in, bundles, and then you can put in some individuals, and it all works out at checkout for you. Let's say a few of those, and then we'll get into it, because we've got a couple of, I've got a mystery bag, and Leanne has got a sparkling star buy to introduce to you. But we've got Radical Rachel on the socials this morning. Yes, welcome back, Rachel. I tell you what, baptism of fire last night for you, Rachel, wasn't it? Straight in to the US warehouse clearance show, and you're back for more. Charlotte's in from Herne Bay. Good morning. Good morning, Sandra Dundas from just up the road. Says, good morning, Leanne, Ben, crew. Social superstar Rachel, crafty family and friends. We have got Nicola and George steering the good ship craft today, giving you a whoop 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 for a Monday. Michelle joins us. Christine Mahoney says happy Monday. Happy Monday you. Jane Quigley joins us from Stourbridge. Lizzie Masters says hello to all the team and everyone here. Have a super crafting day. Hi to Jill. Hi to Alicia, who says good morning and greetings from Arkansas. To my beautiful crafty family and crew. Love and hugs to each of you. Back at ya. Jerry Johnson says good morning to all from Southern Maryland. Hello, Leanne, Ben and crew. Happy anniversary to Colour Me Happy. Thank you. Georgianne Curley says, hi, Ben and Leanne from Clearwater, Florida. What a wealth of knowledge Leanne is going to give to us. Thank you. You're welcome in advance. Sandra says, Leanne, it was my granddaughter's 2nd birthday yesterday. Well, that's marvellous as well. And Janko says, I have loved Colour Me Happy. I can't believe that I've been watching it for 3 years. Let us know your Colour Me Happy memories. Let us know what you've learned from the show over the course of the last 3 years. Feel free as well, if you want to furnish us with any pictures, we would love to see those over the course of the day. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. And Val says, hi Ben and Leanne, Colour Me Happy is my favourite show and I've watched it since the start. I always fail to convince my non-craft friends that I need hundreds of pens, but I have a huge collection and I'm looking forward to the shows today. That is from Val in Southampton. Yes, ask those questions. Send in your memories. Let us know what you're shopping for. Let's make it nice and interactive today and grab these deals because there are some fantastic ones to grab. No more so than the first one we're going to show you, which is Leanne's Sparkling Star Buy, which also comes with 100 bonus points, Leanne. This is sparkling.
Well, that is a sparkling deal, isn't it? I always love a bonus point, I have to say. Yeah. Whenever there is an event, if there's bonus points, I'm in. Because that's how I get to the next level and more savings, Ben. So I do love a little bit of an extra bonus point, I have to say. Now, I'm going to show you 2 little groups of product in this sparkling deal that I've got for you. What you're paying for and what you're not paying for, which is what I always like to know. What is my money getting me and what am I not spending any pennies on? Brilliant deal that we've got for you. It's a fabulous saving and we've got real staples in this collection. Things that you are going to be able to use time and again. So you have got 9 of our metallic paint markers in here. You've got 3 sets of 3 and each of those sets has a fine small bullet and a larger chisel in there. So you've got all of the different widths of line that you could possibly need. And these are truly fabulous in terms of the payoff of the beautiful high shine that you get. You've got your gold, you've got your copper and you've got your silver in there. Great for doodling, great for doing little accents, great for writing messages, great for working on lots of different surfaces. You're not just talking about card now. You can use these on pebbles, on wood, on card, on ceramic, on glass, on your tabletop if you want to. It's entirely up to you. So they'll go across whatever it is you want to use them on. So there, that you're paying for them.
Yes.
Okay, we've got them. Then we've got one of my very favourites, Ben. Ooh. We've got our 3 sets of glitter pens here, which are absolutely fantastic. So you've got 18 glitter pens in there, which are really, really fabulous. You know, you get a very high shine, a real pop of sparkle with these. Great for doing colouring and again, great for accenting and all of your mixed media projects. And you've got a really lovely array of colours in there. Each pack, different colours, so 18 different colours. If you want to see what the colours look like, there's a little board. They're the colours of the marker that you're getting inside, and you get some beautiful glitter, sparkle and payoff. You can see as I move that board how beautiful the light catches there. I actually use mine for writing messages and cards and writing gift tags, Ben. I really do. They're a lovely writer. They're great for colouring in, but I do love to have that little bit of extra pizzazz when I'm writing a message inside of a card. They're great for that. They're great for doodling. If you like to use shrink plastic, if you're a shrink plasticer, if you've still got loads in your stash from years ago, they work great on shrink plastic. When you shrink them down, real intense sparkle with them. So that's what you're paying for, Ben. You're paying for those glitter markers, 18 of them, 6, 12, 18. And you're paying for 9 metallic paint markers. Exceptional product, really usable. Everybody needs it in their stash. Then what you're not paying for is what I'm about to show you here. So, oh my word, I remember when I launched these, Ben, and it was probably, it's a good at least 8 years ago, at least 8 years ago that we launched the Sparkle pens. And they're still as relevant and as fabulous today as they were then. So it's brilliant to see that we're giving you these as a freebie in this set. You get amazing watercolour effects with these. These are a water-based marker. They will move with water. So any aqua technique that you've ever seen me teach you with an aqua marker or any of those water products, you can achieve with these sparkle markers, but you get the effect with all of that intense shine and shimmer in there. 3 different packs, 9 different colours. You're getting them completely free of charge. You're also, I can hardly believe it, Ben, you're getting a whole tin of our metallic pencils as well. Yes, you are. Look, I've just rolled them all around. You're not paying for these, Ben. These are free of charge.
Unbelievable.
In this kit. And can I just say, our metallic pencils, hands down, time after time after time, always get such incredible feedback from you when you say how buttery soft they are and how beautiful they work. Now, I've just got a piece of black cardstock down here. And I'll show you, look, on black cardstock, how opaque that colour is, how beautiful it is, and then that lovely metallic shine that you get on there. You can see the light catching that lovely shine and shimmer. And how opaque it is, no black card showing through. Not all metallic pencils are created equal, and not all metallic pencils will do that for you. Not only that, you can blend colours with these. So we could go from a beautiful metallic green, which I'll put down there, and then let's go to a blue. So I'll bring the blue up 2 and then down. So I'll ombre between the green and the blue. And again, it's opaque. And then we can go from a blue to a lilac. And so we can blend our metallic pencils. And again, not all metallic pencils are created equal. So not all metallic pencils will do that for you. But you absolutely can with ours. And of course, you can do all of the doodling that you would want to do with that lovely metallic sheen that you get. They're free of charge.
Free of charge.
And then you get obviously all of those beautiful colours, which you can see there, we've swatched for you. They're really lovely. And they work just as well on white card, Ben, as they do on black card. I actually like to use mine over the top of my alcohol markers when I've done my colouring to give lovely little bits of shine and shimmer. You know, let's say you've got like a campfire, you're doing witches with a campfire or something like that, and you've done a lovely red and gold arrangement. Taking your metallic gold pencil and just drawing in over some of the flames on the alcohol colouring really makes that pop from the page. So they're great for going over the top of your alcohol colouring as well. That's free. And Ben,
and more.
We can't give you all of these products which work fantastically on black card and not give you this superb black card to go with it. So we're giving you a whole pack. I believe it's 30 sheets in here. I'm just going to check. 40 sheets.
40 sheets?
I thought it was 30.
Get out of town.
40 sheets of our quality matte black cardstock. And when I say matte black, I mean the blackest of black cardstock, which is, let me just show you, dyed and black all the way through, which is incredibly important. You don't want a white core with that black, because when you do all of your die cutting and your folding and things, it just looks nasty. So it is completely dyed all the way through, black core, jet black cardstock, works brilliantly with all of the metallic products that we've got in here for you. And you're getting all of that, Ben, for the very bargain price of £54 or $72.
That is
plus your extra 100 bonus points.
Oh, yes. That is incredible. So that's 154 points or 172 points if you're platinum. However, what I will tell you is that will fly out of the door because I know how popular that will be. And if it doesn't disappear before midnight tonight, it will be gone anyway. Because it's a 24-hour deal. So you've got to be quick if you want to grab that because loads of you will be doing so. What you got there?
I just want to show you very quickly what the metallic marker looks like because I've shown you the box, but you haven't seen what it looked like. I didn't show you.
Okay.
Is that okay, Ben?
Do it.
Just to take a few seconds. Look, I'm just going to pump that out. Look at how beautiful that gold paint ink is in there. Look at the high shine you've got. And you can do, this is the thick bullet nib, but you've got the fine nibs in there as well. Look at how opaque that is.
Yeah.
Look at the metallic shine you've got on there. You've got that in the gold, the silver and the copper. And it's absolutely incredible, and of course completely opaque on a black cardstock, which is difficult to achieve. So you can see there the quality of the ink in that paint marker that you're getting.
And you know, Lynn just said, nice that you showed that, she says, I've got the bronze ones of those pens, and I never knew until yesterday that they had different kinds of nibs. Just call me mad. No, we shall not do that. If you didn't know, you didn't know, but now you do. Lynn also asks, Leanne, if we can just quickly tackle this one. She says, do you have to use different kinds of ink to stamp when using your different pens and pencils?
Yes, you do. What a fantastic question. Yes, you do. So if you're stamping with alcohol markers, you need our Finesse alcohol-proof ink pad. If you're stamping with anything that you're going to put water on, then you need our Finesse waterproof ink pad. Essentially, you need the opposite. So if it's a water medium, you need a permanent non-water-based ink, and the opposite for the other. So you need to have opposites attract. Make it very safe for yourself. If you're using alcohol markers, Finesse alcohol proof, and if you're using any kind of water, then, and that would be the sparkle markers, for example, there, then you need our Finesse waterproof ink pad.
Great question, Lynn. Keep them coming. I love it when we have an interactive day, and I love it when we have questions flying in, so please keep asking. Now, I've got a mystery bag in here as well, and this, again, is incredible value for money. And I kind of look in here and I think to myself, you know what, again, if you are fairly new to our ranges, you've got a little bit of everything in here. And I'm going to show you once again, as Leanne did, what you're going to be paying for and then what you're going to be getting for free. And you get a whole load of freebies in here. This is also a 24-hour deal, so you've got to be quick if you want to snap this up. Who loves a bit of sparkle? Me, yes please. We are going to be popping in here your patina, which is from our luxury gilding flakes. These are fan-blooming-tastic. And do you know what? I have encountered different gilding flakes over the time that I've sort of worked within the world of craft, but I love that we bring you such a range of different colours. Within this, you've got, do you want me to open these up? It looks like I had this last time because the flakes go everywhere.
Ooh, you live life on the edge.
What we can tell you is, I don't mind decorating the counter with a bit of sparkle. Ooh. What we can tell you, top tip, Leanne, isn't it, is to dispense this into slightly bigger tubs when you get these home.
Yes, absolutely, always. And the difference is, Ben, with our luxury gilding flakes, they really do have, because they come from a metal, real intense shine, much more intense than a regular, you know, you get big pots of value gilding flakes. We do them as well for your bigger projects where you might want to cover a large area. But with these luxury ones, this is really about a pop of luxury or a beautiful accent on a craft project where you really want that high metallic shine that you can't get from those bigger value pots of gilding flake.
Oh, look at that. That is your beautiful verdigris. And then you've also got in here your rich copper. I think, don't speak too soon, Ben, I think I've done pretty well there.
I think you should be proud of yourself, Ben.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Start the fans, please. You've got those three pots in there, those three gorgeous colours. So that's the first item that you're getting in your mystery bag. And who doesn't love a bit of sparkle. Also in there, items that you will be paying for. Talking about sparkle, we have popped in here your sparkle brush pens. This is the clear overlay, okay? So this basically allows you to add sparkle wherever you go. As much as you've obviously got the specific coloured sparkle pens, these ones you can add to whatever colours you've got and just create sparkle everywhere. So you've got the 3 pens included in there. Alongside that, we are going to give you one of our quick dry ink pads, which is in the Lemon Tonic. All 3 of those included in the mystery bag. That's your value, that's what you're paying for. And then we give you loads of stuff for free. So, and can I say, I'm very excited because this is the first time I've actually held these, the tricolour brush pens in the burgundy barrels. Now, this is the first time I have actually held these in my hand because these are very, very new, very recent, have been very, very popular indeed, and now we're putting them into a mystery bag for you. This beautiful set is your Escape to the Sea, where you're going to get your breaking waves, you've got your deep sea and your sand dunes as well, with that beautiful nib. We literally launched these, didn't we, about...
Birthday.
Oh, it was birthday, was it?
Yeah, October.
And they're now in a mystery bag.
I can't believe it.
No, and
because
you get them for free.
They sold out in birthday, so that's the redelivery of stock, which we could be selling to you because so many of you didn't get them, and we've put it in a mystery bag.
Now, you're also going to get for free within here our acrylic paint markers. These again are absolutely fantastic. I don't remember exactly when we launched these, but I do remember the launch show because I remember learning with these that once again you can pretty much apply these to anything. So much so, I do still have the ladybug that I coloured onto a pebble on that show. I keep putting it in places around the house where people can see it, and Laura keeps hiding it. I don't know what that means about my colouring. But these again, like these metallic paint markers, will literally go onto anything for you. Very handy as well that you get your little gauge on there too, so you know when you're running out of these. But those are included for free. Also for free, if you've never tried our illustrators before, we're popping in a couple of those. You will, if you buy duplicates of these, you will obviously get the same in here. So you're going to get your cherry red, which is your DR3, and you're also going to get your alpine green, which is your AG4. These again, beautiful. One end you've got that really ultra fine nib. The other end you've got that gorgeous brush nib for those bigger, bolder sweeps of colour. If you've never tried those before, you're getting 2 of those in there for free. Also for free, a set of our Classiques. Now again, alcohol markers, dual-ended. You've got your fine nib one end, and then you've got that chisel nib the other. I have these in my mind, right? So I like to attempt a bit of colouring. As you know me, I try a little bit of everything. As you saw the other day, did my first bit of flower forming with Corinne the other day on a live show.
Tinker!
Yeah, I know. And my flower was so good.
Was it?
That Corinne kept it and put it into her little box of pre-made flowers.
Now that is a compliment and a half.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, because she's the queen of flower forming. But anyway, I like to try a bit of everything. Currently, tri-blends are kind of my bag because I like the fact that you've got, your 3 blends in one pen, so you know exactly where you are. However, this set of Classiques, purples, again, 6 different pens here, but you've got all of the different colour shades, so it makes it nice and easy for you to know what's going to blend where. And I always think, I mean, Leanne, you can go wherever you want with your pens, but I can't, in my little mind, I go tri-blends and then I'll move on to the Classiques later on.
Absolutely, yes. That is definitely the journey you'd want to go on. If we just look at the back of your package there, Ben, for a second. The top row is a blend of 3.
Yep.
The bottom row is a blend of 3.
Yeah.
So in that pack of 6 purple Classique pens, you've got 2 3-colour blends, which is essentially one tri-blend marker. So you can see the 3 colours. So if you get them home and you think, but which 3 do I use together? Top row, bottom row, it's going to be perfect.
Yeah. It's a little bit like Strike It Lucky, isn't it?
Yes.
Top, bottom. There's no middle.
Yeah. I love that. I loved that programme when Michael Barrymore did it.
Oh, it's so good,
oh,
isn't it?
My word. I used to laugh so much at that programme. I thought it was fantastic.
Nobody really cared about the actual show.
No.
The best thing about that was the way he interacted with everybody. And I'm sure he did about 15 minutes of chat, and the actual show was about 15 minutes,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
exactly. Yes, he was very, very funny.
It was a very, very good show. We've got one final free. I can't believe you're getting all this for free. It's the mystery bag that keeps on giving. We're giving you one of our amazing Midas metallic pigment ink pads in there, in the bronze again. With these, of course, you can stamp, you can blend, you can heat and emboss. You might want to grab this again because that will work really nicely with the free matte black cardstock that you've got in Leann's Sparkle bag. But just again, to put that in your mind, all of this you are getting for £32 or $40. No wonder we are making that a time-limited deal, because that is just crazy. And as far as I'm concerned, you're getting some of the best from the Spectrum Noir range, and actually a nice selection across the range as well. So maybe you're fairly new to this, you want to try a few bits and pieces out. Maybe you want some gift ideas, for friends and family. Then this is a great bag to go for. £32 or $40. Well, I mean, if you are a Platinum member, you're saving more than you are spending. Very busy for that set right now. Sandra Dunder says, I had a colouring spree over the weekend, Ben. I have sent a picture of my efforts. Thank you. We shall certainly have a look at some pictures over the course of the show. Feel free to fire those our way. Now, we're going to do them through Colour Me Happy. So get the pictures in now so that we've got plenty of time to load them up, and we'll show them during Colour Me Happy. Now, you talk about Colour Me Happy, anniversary, 3 years. I think one of the shining lights, one of your crowning achievements, Leann, when we talk about Colour Me Happy, has got to be the Academy of Colour. And what a price you have got this on today. A 24-hour deal to pick this up. It ends at midnight. Wow.
I can't believe that. That's an over 40% saving there, Ben, which is incredible. And I have to say, if ever I was put on the spot and I had to pick the 2 things I was most proud of in my journey here with Crafters Companion over the last 13 years, I would say Spectrum, specifically Academy of Colour, and I would say the Gemini machine. They would be my 2, I'm going to put them on my epitaph. Here she lies, created a Gemini machine and Academy of Colour. And that's it. I wasn't a great wife or a great mother. I haven't got beautiful grandchildren or anything like that. I wasn't a good daughter or a good sister. I was just created the Gemini machine and Academy of Colour, and I'm okay with that, Ben.
Here she lies. She loved her Geminis.
Exactly. Thank you, Ben.
Welcome.
That is going to be it going forward. Really, this is exceptional. What really fills me with gladness, happiness, gratitude is how much it's meant to those of you who already have it at home, and what a positive experience you've all had with it. How much you love it, how much you say, I'm going to say this, it's a grand statement, Ben, but I'm using your words back at you. So many of you told me it's changed your life. And to be able to have that statement against a product, genuinely from the customer back to the inventor, you can't put a price on that, Ben. It's absolutely exceptional. And I think it's because of the education that we have alongside, which I'll talk to you about. What are the physical things you're going to get when you get home? Well, of course, you're going to get this absolutely incredibly beautiful, high-quality box. And it tells you your colouring journey starts here. When you open the box, you are presented immediately with a layer of beautiful duo alcohol markers. And you've got 16, dear me, that's because I tipped it up too far for the camera. There we go. You've got 16 markers, 32 colours in there, 2 colours in each marker. When you remove that tray, the tray underneath has all of your Aqua product. So you've got your 8 duo Aqua markers in there, which is 16 different colours. Your white paint marker for your highlights, your spritzer for techniques, and the 2 paintbrushes that you will need, a broad background for backgrounds and a detail paintbrush. That's in there. In the 3rd layer, you've got all of your stamps, and each of those sets of stamps, you've got an 8x8 stamp. This is for Aqua techniques. You've got a 7x7 stamp for your basic shade techniques, that's Aqua and alcohol. You've got an 8x8 set of stamps for your alcohol techniques as well. Let me just move that out of there. Each one of these comes with a stamp panel, which I'll show you. You then will have a whole pack of watercolour card and a whole pack of alcohol card plus a paint palette in there, which has gone missing from this one, but you will get it in your box. You'll get a little palette to do all of your palette blending. Now that's everything in the box. What you'll also get, Ben, and I'll put that together properly in a minute, is a little card. Card's gone missing from this one, but your card will have on you when you turn it over, go here for your education, little QR code and a web address for you to scan.
Yes.
When you go there, that's where you will access all of the education that is currently there for you. Now, at the minute, there is 16 hours of education on that link for you already. There are 6 hours of education specifically relating to this Academy of Colour that we are showing you today. So this one, which is the start on the journey of Academy of Colour, has 2 3-hour sessions attached to it. The first one, basic techniques in alcohol. The second one, all of your watercolour techniques. So 6 hours where you can log on to that at any time of the day, fast forward and rewind, take it at small chunks, and it's not interrupted, apologies Ben, by anybody else. It is just me and you sat at home with no stock updates, no oh, Mary's in from California, none of that. It is purely me and you. I've got a hold of your hand and we're going through each of the techniques together so that you feel confident with them. And then you can go back and do that time and time and time again until you feel happy with it before you move on to the next step. Now you also get this beautiful faux leather binder in with this Academy of Colour. This is coming to you too. And when you open up your binder, it's got at the front an index which tells you the order that everything's going to come in. So you've got your first one, which was your duo colour introduction. That's the box we've got here. Then you've got your authorship for portraits, flora and fauna, etc., etc. You should be able to access those boxes as well on our website if you want to. And then each section is marked on the little tabs, and that's where you would locate your stamps so you know to go back to them. And each of the stamps have one of these stamp panels for you to keep your stamps on. Then you also get the little pockets in here, and you get 7 of these, or is it 6? 6 of these, 7 of these. So each section has a little pocket, and that zips open. So inside there, you can keep your work in progress, you can keep your where you started, where you ended, you can keep your colour swatches, you can keep your notes to yourself, your instructions, keep everything in there so it's lovely and organised, and you can see how much you've achieved on your journey. And you've got a new section for each one of the auto ships as they come, so that you can keep everything beautifully organised in your binder. You're getting that too. Now, let me just show you some of the types of things you can do. I've just shown you the content. I'm just going to show you the colour charts. These are the colours of the Aqua Duo marker that you're getting in the box, and these are the colours of the Duo Aqua, sorry, they were the alcohol, beg your pardon. These are the Duo Aqua. So there you can see a lovely range of colours, and what I've done is hand pick every single one of these colours to make sure that you've got everything you need to be able to achieve beautiful results, from portraiture and different skin tone all the way through to floral and butterfly and beyond. So you've got all of the colours you need. Just so you can see, we've taken the contents out so that you can see them in detail, so you can see what you're getting. They're all of your markers. These are all of your stamps mounted up. So that's your 7x7 technique set. This is your 8x8 alcohol set. And this is your 8x8 aqua set. They're all in there. Here are the stamps coloured in for you, so you can see what they look like. And we've got them in alcohol and watercolour. I'm not going to go through every board of this because I want to show you some other stuff, but what I want to show you is the technique stamps that you've got. You might be like, why have you given me a heart, a triangle, a cylinder and a circle, Leann?
Why are you giving me a heart, a triangle, a cylinder and a circle? What have you done that for?
Why have you done that, Leann? Why have you put those really boring stamps in there when you could have put another butterfly in, woman?
What are you doing?
I did it because you use these. This is your technique at the very beginning of the journey so that you can learn how to give 3D dimensions dimension to a pretty basic shape and give it some 3D pop from the page, depending on where the light is, so that it will look like a sphere, it will look cylindrical, it will have that dimension on it. Those basic shapes can then be applied to every other single image. Example, the triangle applied to your butterfly, the sphere applied to your cherries, the sphere applied to the lantern, and so on and so forth. So it allows you to go on that very clear journey. I'm not going to go through all of those boards because other things to show you. We cover in the 6 hours of education that I've already got there for you. I'm just going to move these out my way so that you can see them. Bear with a minute. There we go. We cover all of these techniques on these boards that I'm about to show you. So we do palette blending, we do creating custom colours, we do a smooth blend, we do creating folds in a dress, we do portraiture for hair and skin. We then, of course, there are the basic techniques that we've just been talking about in terms of all the cylinders, etc., how you apply them to different images. We then move on to do different types of texture. So you can see we do flicking, and then we do stippling, we do ombreing, we do simple blend, we then do mixing a new colour, we do different transitions of colour as well. We do it for alcohol and watercolour. Here are the watercolour examples that I'm showing you now. Every single one of these is a different technique that is covered in that 6 hours of education, including all of these watercolour background types of technique as well. So you get 6 hours absolutely packed to the brim, where I am holding your hand and taking you through every step of the journey. Now, not only am I doing that, but there's a Facebook group that we encourage you to join when you buy Academy of Colour, called Academy of Colour. There's over 5,000 people in there now on the same journey as you. And I pop in there regularly, our Spectrum experts pop in there regularly, and we'll give you feedback on your progress if you're struggling with something. Not only will we do it, everybody else in the group will do it. And it's such a kind, comforting, supportive place for you to share your work and get great real-time feedback and help from everybody else on the journey who might have already been through it, and from the experts. So you get so many different ways of being taught and being supported on your colouring journey when you invest in Academy of Colour. We include for you, am I going on too long about Academy of Colour?
No, it needs it, Leanne.
I could literally talk for 2 hours on Academy of Colour. Yeah. Honestly, I could. I love it that much.
Your passion is shining through, and we've got loads of lovely testimonials, which I'll read in a minute.
Okay, thank you, Ben. Now, not only do I do the 6 hours of education for this and all of those techniques, plus the Facebook group, plus holding your hand, every time we do a new education session, we upload for you my workings. So we'll have worked out things like this, different skin tone and hair tone with all of the marker codes, so you can absolutely go and recreate that yourself. You don't have to work it out. You can see different skin tones in there as well, all worked out for you. And there are so many more, because the Portrait collection really does go into the dark, deep skin tones for you too, so that you can achieve colouring, so that you can colour images that look like you or the person you're sending it to. So there, and that's the watercolour version. So we do it for the alcohol and the watercolour. You get all of these fabulous examples where you can copy them with the step-by-steps and the colours already worked out for you. And we show you so many different techniques, Ben. It really is fabulous. I must just show you this. This is an example of how we show you to get this real dark shade by just putting some grey pen under a red pen. And until you see that happen, you're like, surely not. And then when it happens in front of you, like, my word, how do I not know this? How have I coloured for 10 years and nobody told me that?
I remember even Sarah saying at the start that she'd never heard of that before.
And she was blown away when we did it. She puts grey into everything now. Maybe not all the time when she needs it, but she really likes it, and so she puts grey into everything now. But you know, that's the thing. You can start to really experiment and do your own thing and feel confident that we give you everything you need and all of the support you need to be able to achieve the results that I'm achieving for you, showing you on the screen. And the pleasure of that is, having Academy of Colour, I don't use anything that is not in that box. So when you get that box home and you start your Academy of Colour journey and you sit down to do that education with me, that's already there and waiting for you. You know that whatever you have in front of you is what I'm using. The exact stamp, the exact card, the exact pen colour, and so that if you follow what I'm doing, then you will get the exact result. The difficulty comes with colouring lessons when you're sitting down with perhaps a slightly different stamp, not quite the pen colours that the educator's using, so you're having to try and pick some that kind of match from the collection that you've got at home, and so you're trying your best to make it work in the same way. It doesn't quite look like the result you can see on the educational video, and that's where frustration sets in. So Academy of Colour takes all of that frustration away, gives you the exact pens, the exact stamps, the exact cards, and me educating you, and you will get the exact results. And so many of you, so many of you get in touch personally and say, I couldn't colour before, I can colour now. I was embarrassed with what I did before, I'm so proud now. I've actually coloured cards for family and sent them, and they've said, wow, have you done it? I'm confident, I'm enjoying it, I'm using all of my other colouring mediums because of Academy of Colour. And if that's all we achieve with this, Ben, then, you know, put a fork in me, I'm done. Because just the fact that we were being able to give you that confidence and joy in something that you love doing, I think it's an exceptional programme.
It is, and it's even more exceptional today for the fact that that price is ridiculous. And you need to take into account here this as well, is the fact that yes, for all of the hardware that you're going to be getting here, that is exceptional. But then on top of all of that, you have got all of this tuition. And I don't know if you've ever signed up for be an evening class or, you know, tuition for whatever it might be. When you consider all of that tuition that you're getting alongside it, the value for money here is completely off the scale. It's incredible. And again, just to echo what Leann said, you know, I've obviously been here now 2.5 years. And I know.
Time gone.
Where has that time gone? And so I'm here, you know, on Crafters TV probably more than anyone. I'm here day in, day out. Apologies for that. So I see all of the comments. I see all of the lovely comments that you guys send through about all of our amazing products, you know, about all of our amazing machines. And then when we have new launches, amazing testimonials come through. But hands down, the one thing that you guys comment on about the most that you love, and then, you know, we read things, people going, oh, this has changed my crafting life. This has made me the colorist I never thought I could become. It is the Academy of Colour. This really has been a game changer for so many people. I know we're going to go for a quick break, but just a few comments coming through. And again, Pamela just echoing these sentiments. She says, before I found Crafter's Companion, I would just buy crafts, but then I didn't know how to use them and I would become discouraged. So again, right across the board, we offer you the inspiration, the demonstration, the tuition, and this again is a great example of that, because for that price, the content's amazing, but then all of the hours of tuition that you're going to get on top of that, I mean, you just couldn't put a price on it. I'm so glad, says Eleanor, that I had gotten the Academy of Colour a few months ago. Vicky says, I'm using Academy of Colour right now. It is the best thing since sliced bread. I am recommending this to every crafter. Leann is awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Terry Anderson says, the Academy of Colour has changed everything about colouring for me. I used to avoid stamping an image because I had no idea how to colour it without looking like a 5-year-old did it, but I'm very proud of what I do now. These are the kind of the comments that we get every single day. And what I would also say, and I always say this, if you're investing in this today, A, what a great price. B, when you start, even if you start and you're thinking, you do your first image, your first class, and you think, oh, that's not very good, keep it and date it.
Yes.
Because then you've got a reference and keep it in those pockets to go back, that when you're a few weeks down the line, few hours of tuition down the line, you can come back and see where you've kind of been and where you are now.
100%, Ben, and that's exactly why we put those little pockets in there, because sometimes it's like me when I'm on a diet. Sometimes you don't see it in yourself every day, but you do 3 months down the line. You've got to keep those little wins, isn't it, Ben? And that progression as you go along, and you will absolutely see the difference. Keep everything, even if you think it's rubbish. Keep it all, and then you'll be more proud later down the line. And again, this is just the start. You are starting off today at a fantastic price. So more of those Academy of Colour boxes, a lot of which you can find on the web right now. But grab this today. If you're not yet invested in it, it will be the best £68 or $92 you will spend. It's incredible. Let's go for a quick break. We've got some more questions coming through, some more comments, which will do the other side of this. But if you've got any items in your basket, don't forget, if you're buying individuals, there's a section on the website where you can get an extra 10% off today when it comes to Colour Me Happy. We're celebrating the 3rd anniversary, so get your baskets checked out, and we'll come back in about 4 minutes' time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
My dad was a printer, which was the old, you know, the old letter set printer, the type, the old printer's type. So he used to bring home offcuts of card. And so I always had paper and card around me from as long as I can remember. He would donate bits of offcuts to the school I went to, and so it was always accessible. My mum and dad bought me colouring products, art products, and good quality art products, like adult quality art products. So I found I could draw from a really early age. So really between that and crafting, it's just been punctuating all through my life. I think you can get inspiration from anywhere. It's hard, there's never one source. It's from anywhere. It could be a crafting person, it could be a non-crafting person. It inspires me in different aspects. It could be art, inspiration from artists, inspiration from crafters, or inspiration on just inspiring people. It's all about the viewers. If it wasn't for the viewers, then there's no purpose in what. What am I doing it for? It's not about me, what I can do, it's about what I can inspire the viewers to do. And if I'm not inspiring them, then I'm not doing my job. So it's all about the viewers, and keeping them interested, fired up to give new things a try. And mostly, any blocks, anything that holds someone back is more confidence than ability. That's what I've found. So if I can inspire people and give them that little bit of confidence to give them the nudge, fantastic. I think the biggest achievement is keep doing what I'm doing for so long now. I remember, when I first started, everything's new. It can just, maybe the enthusiasm and the love for what you do might wane. But it hasn't. Here I am, as I said, 18 years further down the line, professionally crafting. And I think that's my greatest achievement, is that I'm still loving it, doing it, enjoying it. And the feedback's been incredible from the crafters, and that's what I'm doing it for. So that, I think, is my greatest achievement, and the feedback I'm still getting. Not many people know this, but I'm going to share this now. Is when I lived in America and I was 19, my eyelashes turned white. So this is still my hair colour. Oh, I'm getting on a bit now, but it's just my natural hair colour, dark hair colour, white eyelashes. I look like, the John Wyndham, the Midwich Cuckoos. I look like one of those little alien people with me if I don't wear mascara. Underneath this, lily white eyelashes. Go figure. I did worry for a while I was going to turn white, emanate now from my eyes, which would have looked very strange to try and disguise for a bit.
Welcome back, and isn't it lovely to have Sheena with us, back on the team. She's back Wednesday this week. She's here with Debbie Fisher. I'm not here this Wednesday, but what a day we had last week. I had to pick my jaw up off the floor probably about 10 times. If you missed the shows with Sheena, go back and watch them on YouTube. They were incredible. What an incredible talent she is. Such a lovely lady. Very funny as well. We were chatting before. She's got a very, very fun sense of humour. Everything. Do you know what? She's fitted back in here brilliantly, because she brings the inspo, she brings the demonstrations, she brings the fun, she brings the giggles. She is absolutely brilliant. If you missed her last week, tune in this Wednesday. I can guarantee you will be going away like this. Literally. Isn't she brilliant? I
Yeah,
said to
she
you
is.
before, I'd only worked with her on a couple of occasions before she rejoined us, and what an absolute pleasure that day was. It absolutely flew over. So yes, we're excited to have Sheena back with us. Now, let's have a look at a few more deals for you on the Colour Me Happy Anniversary, your Classiques. Now, this is a 6-pack collection. You're getting 72 markers in total because you've got 12 pens within each set. And the price today is redonk, £60 or $96 if you are a Platinum member. You are saving over 30%, which is incredible. These, of course, are your alcohol markers. And as we were talking about earlier on, the way I kind of look at it, we'll chat to Leanne about these as well, almost the next step on from your tri-blends, because within these sets, actually, we've piled together lots of colours that we think will work nicely together. But within the actual 72 pens that you get within here, you'll find, again, that you've got all of the different shades, lots of different shades within the same colours. But you're going to get the floral range. So once again, all of these different colours are included. So it's one pen, dual-ended again, so you've got your fine nib, and then you've got that chisel nib on there too, but all of these beautiful floral colours. Then you're going to get in here your jewels. And as you can see, it's kind of like complementary colours, but as you go through these 72 pens, you'll find all of the blends in there as well. This one is your vintage. You're going to get all of your nature. So again, that's like your greens and your sort of earthy tones in there, your browns and your greys. You've got your pastels in there, and you've also got your brights as well, which will work really, really nicely together too. So it's 72 pens in total. Great value for money. Let's just chat around these, Leanne, because I know you're going to look at the illustrators in just a few moments' time. And a question that does come up often is differences between tri-blends and then the Classiques and the illustrators, which I think we've sort of covered. But when would I be using the Classiques as opposed to, say, something like an Illustrator, for example?
Yeah, so I think it's about where you are on your journey and what your preference is as well, Ben. Some people prefer a firmer bullet nib when they're colouring and little small circular motions. Some people prefer the movement and flow of an Illustrator. In terms of premium, as we go on the journey, you would start with tri-blend. Classique is our middle range pen. Illustrator is our premium marker in terms of if you want to look at good, better, best. Good, tri-blend, better, Classique, best, Illustrator is how you would look at them. However, I use all of them, and you know, they have different applications, and you'll be able to see that from the all of the education that we do for you. Classique markers are great if you are at the beginning of your journey and you want to just learn how to get that colour down and how to do some blending. And then when you've done that and you're ready to move on and use a brush nib and get all of that flick and movement and lightness of touch and texture so that you can layer colour up, Illustrator will do that for you. And we learn that as we go on the journey. However, the ink in the markers is exactly the same. The difference comes from the nib in the application, so the experience when using it. So if you have got some Classiques, or if you have got some Illustrators at home and you're interested in this Classique deal, then you could get the Classiques and they will play alongside your Illustrators very well, because the colours are the same in the Classique range and in the Illustrator range, and the ink is the same. There is no premium difference from a tri-blend to a Classique to an Illustrator in terms of the ink in the pen. It's exactly the same. So it really is just about having a firmer nib and a little bit more control at the beginning of your journey when it comes to Classique. What I've done is just getting 4 pens here, Ben, because I know you were talking there about you can put blends together across different packs of the pens. And just to make that very obvious for everybody at home, I've taken 4 pens here, and you can see we've got Tulip, Carnation, Begonia and Cerise. And then what you can see is you've got BP1, BP2, BP3, BP4. What Ben's referring to is that BP3 might be in one pack, BP4 in another pack, BP2 in one pack, BP1 in another pack. You might get those 4 colours in 4 different packs of those Classiques. However, they work together as a 4-pen blend. So as long as you match the letters, then you are good, and the numbers just mean the intensity of the colour. So you can see here light, through the medium to the darker tone of the BPs. The lower the number, the lighter the marker, the higher the number, the darker the marker, so that you can pick the 3 that you want to use together for a blend, and you'll be able to locate them across the sets. So each set will work in its own right, but then you'll be able to put blends together across those sets using those letters to allow you to identify which pens work together.
Yeah.
Hope that makes sense.
It does. Perfect. £60, $96, and yet across them, you know, as Leanne has said, you can see when you get these back, you'll see that you have got those blends of pens, but we've packaged them together in lots of beautiful colours that we think will, you know, work nicely as well for you. So you've got your brights, your florals, and your vintage, and then you've got your jewels, your pastels, and your natures as well. And make no bones about it, that is a super, super price today for 72 of our classics. Once again, these prices 30% off your saving here, so jump in and grab. Jan Code is saying Sheena was fantastic on Wednesday. I love those shows. And Colleen Passardi says good morning from Disney World. What? Last day here, and I'm going to Epcot. Love watching you crafters wherever I am. Colleen, can you do me a favour today? Go on a roller coaster.
Oh.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine?
Watching us on a roller coaster.
That would be hilarious. Ant and Dec have just done that with Stephen Mulhern. You know, when you probably don't have it in the US, but the Saturday night takeaway.
Oh yeah.
Well, they've just done the last show in Florida.
Yeah.
And they had Stephen Mulhern on a roller coaster with them, where they were miming words, and you had to guess what it was over there while you were going around the roller coaster. It was very, very funny, let me just say. And I did think we really need to go to Florida and just do that as a Crafters TV game.
I think
I'd be good with that.
Yes, play your crafts right.
Yes.
We should definitely do that.
Yes.
Yes. Can we see if we've got enough money in the petty cash tin to sort that out? But we're booking the 4 of us in now. Marvellous stuff. That'd be great. We'll see you soon over in the States. Excellent, excellent news. Right, Classiques 2. Leanne, you've got a 48 pen collection of the Illustrators.
I have, and these are the next step up. Now, everything I've just said about Classique applies to Illustrator. So these are our most premium pen in our collection, and you've got that beautiful Japanese brush nib in there, and you've got a very fine bullet nib. Ridiculously good price for these on the screen, mind you. That saving on there is phenomenal, which is a 35% saving at $52 for your platinum price, or $88. And you're getting 48 pens in here again. So again, you've got all of the different colours and really great selections. This one here for all of your portraiture is incredible. Yeah. This for your flora and fauna. Here you've got all of your sea and sky, and here you've got all of your floral. So you've got everything you need to be able to colour, I would say, pretty much every stamp you've got in your collection. Yeah. I don't think you'd be looking for anything else. So it's a lovely collection of 48 pens. When you look at the types of things you can achieve with Illustrator in terms of the texture, the depth and dimension, the lovely smooth lay down of colour, the vibrancy of colour that you get, the professional look and feel that you've got from these markers, it really is exceptional, Ben. And they use so easily and beautifully. You can create the most beautiful effects. And I think what you've seen here is how different each one of these stamps that I've just shown you is. And that shows you the versatility of the markers and the sort of things that you can confidently colour and achieve with these. You really can. This one I absolutely adore. Because look at that. It really is. You know, they're fantastic. Yeah. So that's what your Illustrator is going to do for you. I've got a little stamped image here from Academy of Colour. Okay. And I've just grabbed 3 Illustrators, and I thought, let me just show you how to apply that colour. Why not? Let's just start as we mean to go on. So I'm starting with a GT one. Now, I'm just going to show you the brush nib in an Illustrator before I go on. Is a very high quality Japanese brush nib. And what that does is, depending on whether you hold your pen completely vertical or with a bit of a slighter angle, you can vary the width of the flick. So if I go completely vertical, with that lovely soft brush nib, you see I can get really lovely. I'm going to go with a darker pen so you can see how it tapers off, because I can see it, you can't. So I'm just going to go with this one. There we go. It tapers off into beautiful fine points, that little flick, and that's what gives you all of the texture and dimension. If I come down and just angle my brush a little bit more, so it's just on a, whatever that angle is, I'm not very good at that. You see the strokes become thicker and longer. If I angle it a little bit more, my strokes can become thicker and longer. And that's what gives you all of the ability to colour and get beautiful, soft, layered techniques. And it's about how you hold it and the angle that you hold it at. It really does give you fabulous results. On the other side, for tiny details, you've got a beautiful, very fine bullet tip. And again, using it vertical or angling it, you can get a thicker line with that, depending on the amount of tiny detail that you want to colour in. So they're the two nibs. I'm going to crack on and colour something for you.
Okay.
So we're starting with our lightest colour, and we're going to have a light source on this side. So we're going to make this lantern darker on the left side than the right side. Now what you always do, and you can do smooth blends with your illustrators. I think sometimes we get a little bit scared thinking we have to do the flicking with illustrators. You don't. You can do smooth blend. You see, all I'm doing here is using the brush nib to apply colour to that lantern on the left hand side, which is what I've done there. So that's the lightest colour. Then I take the darkest, so this is now GT3. I go in with my GT3 where I'd like it to be darker, over the top of that first light colour, because wet ink blends so much more effectively than dry card. Take your mid-tone, and what you do is you go to the line and you bring that darker tone out into this mid-tone over the top of that lightest colour that you put down. And you can see how you start to get that lovely blend and transition. Now, if you want to come out further, if you haven't come far enough, nothing to stop you going back again and thinking, actually, I just would like that to come a little bit further. And then you could think, you know, I'm going to do the same on the other side and have the light in the middle. So don't worry about being committed too much. I would say experiment and have fun. And don't put too many rules on yourself, Ben.
And that's the point, isn't it? Because Lynn's just commented saying, no way do I have the confidence to colour with pens. I would say I reckon you probably do. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just, well, have a bit of a play. Check out all of the content that we've got. You know, we talked about the 3-year anniversary of Colour Me Happy. Get on YouTube. Watch back some of those shows. There's so many hints and tips and ideas from the whole team there for you. I think everyone can do it, Leanne, can't they? That's
absolutely they can. And do you know what? For that lady, if you're saying, no way can I colour with pens, Lynn, can I suggest, Lynn, that you get yourself Academy of Colour today?
Right.
And if you get yourself Academy of Colour today, Lynn, I guarantee you can and will be colouring with pens in 4 weeks' time.
Yes.
I guarantee it.
Look back on this comment and go, what did I say that for?
What was I saying that for? Because I can colour with pens. Absolutely, I guarantee it. Because you will just follow the education. You'll find there's a couple of little techniques, little tips to remember, and then once you've got those, you are good to go. And look at all of the comments that people are putting in now when we're live on the show, telling you about how they were worried about colouring, or how far they think their journey's come now that they're doing Academy of Colour, and you'll be absolutely able to do it, I promise you. So you can see there, I've just done the same left and right, so that lantern now feels like it's got light in the middle. This pen needs replacing, it's nearly empty. So I would have a little bit more of a juicy pen at home, but there we go. If you want to add a little bit more shade in, nothing to stop you going in and adding a little bit more. If you want to do that, a little bit of a darker layer over the top, that will then make the centre pop a little bit more and shine. Take the middle tone, bring that a little bit further in. So you see, you can layer it, you can keep going. You don't have to get it 100% perfectly right the first time. The first couple of layers of colour, I always say you're preserving your highlight, so where it's going to be lightest, and that was the centre of the lantern for me. But what you're also doing is just making a little map and a plan, a little idea of where that's going to be. And then you go back and you hone it with your colours till you're happy. And when you're happy, you stop.
Exactly. Just to say as well, it's a 48-piece set today. Mary's just saying she's got the 36-piece box. So it's just different configurations, I guess, isn't it, the boxes?
Yes, the colours will be, you won't get different colours across those boxes.
No.
The 48 set will have 12 different colours to the 36 set.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yeah.
But with markers, as you've just heard me say, my GT1 is running out.
Yeah.
It's drying up. So with markers, even if you do get a couple of duplicates, that's okay, because when your GT1 starts to dry out and you want to colour a lantern like I am now, you've got one waiting for you. So I think it's good when they're on a deal, even if you've got some at home, to get them because you've got a good shelf life with them, and then you're going to have your pens ready to go when you need that colour and not be caught out.
I kind of think as pens, you know, when we have these deals where, you know, we have codes or we have extra points and all these kind of things, and I always say, like, stock up on your consumables. You may think of like card and paper and your tape pens and your red liner tape and your adhesives, but, you know, to that end, as we just discussed, like, pens are like that as well, really, because I mean, as much as our pens last a long time, eventually they will run out. So when you get deals like this, you know, especially if you love your illustrators, this is a great day to be stocking up. Then you've got replacements for when your pen does run out. They're there on the shelf, ready to go, and you've spent, well, I mean, £52 at $88 is an incredible deal today on those. Now, the other kind of side of the spectrum, away from your alcohol colouring, we have your Aqua markers, and these again are fantastic. You've got 48 pens here. Oh, 36 it says there. I've got 48 here. Oh no, I've got completely the wrong bundle. I haven't got that at all. That's on the screen. Shall we have? That's what I've got there on the screen. But that would be. Yeah, is that? Should we come back to these in a minute potentially? Let's just make sure that we've got the right deal on those. We do have Aqua pens on the show, but I think we are just slightly getting the wrong deals there. So let's just come back to that in just a few moments' time. All of the deals you can see from the Colour Me Happy anniversary show on the website right now. If you go to the shop, the show page, you'll see everything within Colour Me Happy anniversary, which is coming up in just over, well, it's in about 2 hours' time, isn't it? But if you want to see the whole day, you want to see what's coming up on Monday Makers, hit the shop, the day button. Just for those of you who have just joined us, we've got a bit more of a preview of Colour Me Happy coming up on this show. Then we've got the Colour Me Happy anniversary itself from 2 o'clock this afternoon. That is 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. Central. You're welcome, everybody. And then this evening, slightly different in the fact that we've got 1 hour of Monday Makers, and then we've got an hour later on over on the US page for our US viewers, a foil press special. So that is the difference this evening. Shimmer ink pads we have on the show. Best ever price, £36 or $48. What a deal. It ends at midnight tonight. If you want to jump in and grab these, maybe, well, again, these are the kind of things that eventually over time you will need to grab more of. Maybe you've not been with us for a little while and you've not seen these yet. Honestly, this is the best deal we've ever done these at, £36 or $48, where you should be paying, what, $59.90 or $79.90. This pearlescent pigment, as you can see, is absolutely stunning. 10 glorious colours that you've got the ability to, I kind of have in my mind with these, that you've got the ability to create almost your own colours of Centura Pearl cardstock with these, because of course you've got the 10 colours there, but once again you can mix and match with these. As Leanne will talk us through as well, the actual pads themselves, very different in their design. They've been designed as such so that they will fit really nicely into the palm of your hand, so you can apply those bolder sweeps of colour with the wide end, of course, taken straight into your cardstock. And then you've got that kind of teardrop effect on here as well for that kind of, you know, getting into those nooks and crannies with these. But as we've said, they are absolutely beautiful. The sheen that you get with these, once again, is incredible. You get that really intense metallic effect with these. And the price today is the best we've ever done them at. Platinum, £3.60 or $4.80 per pad, which is incredible. These are available for you individually as well. If you do want to stock up on these, you can do. And remember, if you buy any individual items across the Colour Me Happy range, you'll see the little link on the website. You will get an extra 10% off with the code CMH10. Okay, so there we go, bottom of the screen. We've actually bundled all of these together on a nice little page on the website. So click on that, and that's the code CMH10. And as far as I'm aware, you can mix up your basket as well. So if you've bought a few bundles and then you've added in a few individuals too, you can still use that code and it will calculate the discount off the individual items that you've got within your basket. Candy has just said, I know Candy, right? This is an awesome deal on the ink pads. Let us discuss these a little bit more and maybe have a little look at these with Leanne, because you talk about hot property. When we launched these, they sold out in record time at birthday, got them back in, sold out again, got them back in, sold out again, and then we had kind of like a limbo period where we had a few of them floating around, and then we managed to get these back in stock, I think, for February, and they flew out once again. The fact that we've got them on at this price today, if you've not yet got them, get them. If you've already bought them, why not get them again? But let's have a look at these with Leanne. 10 glorious colours. And so super craftable. There's so many different things that you can achieve with these, Leanne, isn't there?
Absolutely, Ben. They really are very versatile, and all of the techniques with that beautiful, as you said, almost faux Centura pearl, that real pearl, intense pop of colour pearl look, and so many different things you can do with them. I've got a technique swatch and we'll talk about that, but I thought let's just have a look at how you get the colour down first, so you can see a little bit of how you're going to use them at home. You can watercolour with these, you can blend with these, you can custom colour with these, you can heat emboss with these. There are so many different things because they're a pigment based ink pad with that intense shimmer in there. First thing I want to show you is a little bit of what you were saying, Ben, in terms of creating a custom colour of Centura pearl. So I've just got a little bit of plain white, our multi-purpose card here.
Okay.
And then I've taken the peach rose shimmer ink pad, and all I'm going to do is swipe just on the end there with that colour. And that's me holding the ink pad in my hand. We talked about the ergonomics, didn't we? How it fits very comfortably in your hand there. So I've just swiped that on the edge of that piece of cardstock. If I needed a little bit of pearlescent card, and then you can see I'm going to dry it, Ben. Have I got a heat gun? Let's just waft it.
Waft.
Tracy's running in.
I've never seen Tracy run so quick. Look at that.
Thank you, Tracy. Tracy's just given Ben a look of how very dare you.
Super speedy there.
If looks spoke 1,000 words, Ben.
I've just been turned into a pillar of salt.
I think you have, yeah.
It was the speed off the block, Tracy, is what it was. Yeah, it was very quick. You're right, very, very quick. She was like, there, in a shot. And now it's not working. It's all going wrong today, isn't it? I tell you what, let me read a few comments out as we're just looking for another one. It was switched on. I'll tell Tracy when she comes back she didn't switch it on at the wall. Can't believe she looked at me like that, Leanne.
She really did. You've got the mum look. You know when mums look at their children as if, be quiet, sit down, do not speak, we're in public. That was the look you got.
Yeah.
Right, so I've just dried that, and then there we can see, because you could see little wet patches before where the ink had dried and not dried. Look at the intense pearl. Really is an opaque, no white card showing through there, Ben, just that beautiful blush colour.
It's like Centura pearl.
It's like Centura pearl, and you're creating it yourself. Absolutely brilliant. Now, if you can do that, imagine what we're going to be able to do when we're colouring our sentiments. So this is a little die-cut sentiment from one of our ranges. You've seen us have these on for you many, many times. One of my favourite collections. And I'm going to use 3 colours to blend together here. I'm going to use a blue, a green and a purple. So I'm going to go in this order. There we go. It was like a little bit of a juggle there, wasn't
magic
it?
trick for a second.
So I'm going
Follow
to
the
start
ink
with the amethyst. So I've got my die cut, and because we've said we're creating almost like a faux Centura pearl with these, just want to get that little bit of landlock out there. That's exactly what you're doing. So when you're cutting your sentiments or any other die cut from a piece of white cardstock, just use your dauber. That's all I'm using here.
Yeah.
And you can see I'm just daubing the ink on as we go, and then what I'll do is I'll let that feather out, and by feather out I mean it's not fully opaque, so you can see that I've got the fully opaque on the top wear there, and then underneath here it's a little bit lighter on the Is Faith, because that's when I'm going to swap to my next dauber and start with my Starlit Sky. And that Starlit Sky is going to join in, and so I'm going over the top of where it was lighter with the purple, and that's going to ombre the colour in for me.
Okay.
So I get that lovely smooth blend, and then I just bring that down a little bit further to where I would like the green to start.
Yeah.
And then I'll do the same, I'll just feather it out a little bit.
Okay.
So you can see I've got a little bit of colour there, not a lot, and this is how you get your ombre between the colours. Then I just move and I use a different dauber for every colour, Ben. I don't contaminate between them.
You know those daubers as well?
Yeah.
Launch party tomorrow.
Oh, are they back?
Just saying.
Oh, they're like hen's teeth. That's fantastic.
You're going to have to be quick for
Get
those.
them when we've got them. They're brilliant for so many different applications, and it's a really good value set. I think you get about 40 odd.
40, yeah, and
yeah,
then the storage
40 in
case
there
as well, yeah.
Which is great. When you've got 40 in a box, it allows you to have a different dauber for every colour,
yeah,
and maintain the integrity of your ink pads.
That's it.
Okay, so I'm just daubing this colour on here now, and this could be with a swirl, it doesn't have to be a sentiment, it could be with any die cut shape that you've cut out on a piece of regular, and I've just used multi-purpose cardstock. What I like to do sometimes is just go up to the top, and bring a little bit of that extra green in there, because it just feels like that colour at the top, it feels like it completes it. At that point, when I bring in a piece of white cardstock and show you what we've been able to achieve, and then you can see all of that, I'm going to hold it still, all of that beautiful shine on there.
Yeah,
so it's like
amazing.
ombre Centura pearl.
Yeah.
Look at that, blended onto your sentiment. Absolutely fantastic being able to do that. So if you can do that with your sentiment, you can do it through a stencil, Ben. And when you do it through a stencil, it looks really, really fabulous. So I've just got any designer stencil, whatever you've got at home, it doesn't matter, whatever your preference is. I just like to hold it still with a bit of repositionable tape. Shall we use some different? I might bring in a couple of extra colours as well. Why not? I might bring in a couple of extra colours. I've got the green out, so I'm going to start with the green.
Okay.
So I daub that through the stencil. And that's where you get that really lovely, intense colour. What I wouldn't recommend you do, you get it, let's put it this way, you get a different effect using our regular blending tools.
Yes.
Let me just show you that. I've got a green one here. So if I show you what I'm doing now with the daubers, this is my recommended way of applying shimmer ink, because you can see you're getting that lovely opaque lie down and you're going to get that lovely pearlescence. If you use one of our regular blending tools, because it's a pigment, it doesn't blend or give you the coverage as well as using the dauber. You still get the shimmer, you get a softer, more subtle shimmer, and if that's what you want, that's absolutely fine. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying when you get them home, if you do this, your ink pad isn't broken.
Yeah.
It's about how you're applying the colour, and your dauber will do that for you. And that's why I recommend that you use the daubers. So I'm just going to pop some of this green on, and then we're going to go to, I think we'll go to the blue.
Okay. Do you know what Silves just said? You could use the background as well for white sentiments, what you've left behind, just under the ink pad there.
Yeah, you could.
Rhonda's just asking us, we're watching you. I don't know the answer to this question, but I'll ask it. Will Crafter's Companion be coming up with more colours of the shimmer inks, pretty please?
I mean, I think you can more or less guarantee that, can't you? I think if I tried to be coy about that, it would be disingenuous, wouldn't it?
So we can say in the future at some point.
Absolutely.
Good news. Good news. James is saying, love these shimmer inks. Great when heating Boston and Alphabet.
Yes.
And Cara says, I use these shimmer inks with my paintbrush because they're so juicy.
They are. I've got a paintbrush here. I'm going to show you that too. It's really, really good for that. Now, I'm not going to do this whole stencil because I'll be here all day, Ben, but what I do want to show you is, once you've done this, and you can see I've got the join between the green and the blue, then we need to smooth out that join. So this bit here, this is when you go back with your green, and then you just go over the edge and the join, and that will blend the two to ombre it.
Yeah.
So you don't get a harsh line in the join on your stencil. You just go back with the green one over the top of the line. And then if I just bring a little bit of purple in, why not? And I'll only do a little bit down the bottom here. So you don't need to see the whole thing. Life's too short to watch me do the whole stencil, isn't it? But you'll get the idea.
Well, it's nice to watch you, but yeah. I mean, it's going to take a while to do it all, isn't it? You know.
So I'm going to stop there because we've got a little bit of purple there, so you'll see that happening. And then if I lift back the stencil, you see you get that beautiful ombre between the colours. Look at that, and look at the shine and the shimmer. It's absolutely incredible, isn't it? You will not at any point, regret getting this. Look at that. It's absolutely, it's exceptional, honestly, Ben.
It is, and I take your point as well, and the fact that use the finger daubers. Because the sheen and the shine that you've got is so much more intense when you use that. So yeah, great tip there.
Absolutely. Now I've just added a little bit to my glass mat. That could be on your media mat, if you got a media mat when we launched that. I'm sure they're in stock. If you didn't get it, why not get one? Because they're fantastic. But I'm sure you could use it on there. I do all the time. They're fantastic for that. Just a wet brush, a damp brush, not a wet brush. And then you can emulsify it on your mat. And then whatever it is you want to paint, you can paint in watercolour style and fashion.
The mat is in stock.
And oh good, the mat's in stock, that's what you need, get it now. And then you can see, I'm going to dry that, what you'll see is that you still have the beautiful pearlescence even though you've watercoloured with it. Quick dry, and then we'll do the shimmy. And you can see all of the lovely pearlescence, so you can watercolour with them with that beautiful pearlescence in there. If I was going to say to you, if you were to ask me, Ben, if there was a question, which is the most versatile range of ink pads we've got?
Yeah.
These. Because you can do that watercolour with them, you can get that intense daub, you've got that beautiful shimmer in there, you can custom colour your card, you can custom colour your sentiments and your die cuts, you can do your background techniques. In fact, the world is your oyster when it comes to different techniques. And I've got a little swatch here to show you. So you see, you can do the background blending. That's just exactly as I've done with my paintbrush there using water. So you get all of the shimmer on there. You can do your faux bleaching and your solid techniques if you want to. You can drop the ink directly into water and get those created backgrounds. You can go through a stencil, just as you've seen me do there. You can go and do your faux letterpressing in an embossing folder. You can mix a new colour with your watercolours by mixing them together because they will move with water. You can do your solid techniques. You can run them over the top of embossed pieces from your embossing folder. And actually, I'm just going to further elevate that by showing you. This is lovely, but look, if I just take the ink pad that has been used here and show you how, by just rubbing that over the surface, look how it picks up that intense look. And then when it dries, it's going to have all of that sheen and shine. So you can blend it on yourself, or you can just rub your ink pad over the top and get that beautiful, beautiful shimmer on the pattern. You can watercolour with them. So many different things, Ben. I mean, the possibilities are endless. You can stamp with them and then drag the colour out. You can ombre the different colours for watercolouring. This is, believe it or not, stamping with an alcohol marker and then colouring with the shimmer ink along the spine over the top of your alcohol markers to get that beautiful shimmer in there, which is lovely. This I want everybody to see. fine detailed stamping with your sentiments, with
wow.
that beautiful shimmer in there. So the quality of these ink pads are that when you've got your fine sentiments, if you want a fine sentiment which has that beautiful shimmer and shine, then it will do that for you. It really is a workhorse, customizing your die cut sentiments, as you've just seen me do. I think that's the end. So the end. There are so many different things you can do with them, Ben. It is, I would say, the most versatile ink pad we do.
And what a deal today. What a day to arrive and maybe see these for the first time. £36 or $48 platinum for the full set is incredible. Just a quick question from Sylvie says, is there a way of sealing the inks on fabric, or is there any chance you can develop ink pads that work on fabric?
Okay, so no, there is no way of sealing them on fabric.
Well, can you do the other thing then?
And we could certainly have a look at it. I mean, never say never, eh?
Exactly right. These are all the colours that you're getting, by the way, just whilst you're looking at those. Deanna saying, thank you for the Dauber versus pad application. I was just wondering why... I was wondering why the pad wasn't giving me the intense colour I was looking for with the Shimmer ink. So now you know. And Jan Code is saying, I cannot wait for more Shimmer colours. Thank you also to Deanna, just chatting around the Academy of Colour, saying I started scrapbooking in 1999, stamping and colouring were the techniques that I struggle with, so I steered away from them. Crafter's Companion has introduced very doable techniques and proper products to achieve excellent results. Now I love stamping and colouring. In 90 minutes into the first Academy of Colour video, I learned about 10 things that make sense and make colouring fun whilst achieving pro results. How lovely is that?
Just, oh, it's such a feel-good factor hearing those things, Ben. It really is, because that's what we're here for. We're here to make it achievable and accessible and for you to get great results and have a lovely time doing it. So if you do that and then you're proud of it and you've had a lovely time when you've been doing it, you know, that's what we're here for.
Exactly right, yes. Keep the comments coming through. Only half an hour to go, can you believe? The show is absolutely rattling through. Hopefully your carts are filling up. If they are, don't forget on the individuals, that CMH10 code is what you want to be using to get an extra 10% off individual items. We've chatted around Classiques and Illustrators. We've chatted around those Shimmer ink pads, Aqua pens. If you want to get into the realm of maybe doing some watercolouring, then these certainly are the pens to go for. I always think as well, if you are coming towards maybe the back end of the Academy of Colour, and maybe watercolour now is more your bag, you definitely need to be investing in these. You're getting a 48-piece collection, which includes essentials, it includes your florals, it includes your beautiful nature, and also your primaries in there too. And again, the price on these today is incredible. It's £48 or $68. You're saving 30% across the board here. And these dual-ended, once again, you've got your ultra-fine nib one end, you've got that beautiful brush nib another end, and whilst again you get, so in the primaries, for example, you're going to get these 12 colours here, but what you've got the ability to achieve with these, of course, because you're going to be using your water alongside these, all of the different hues of colours across all of the different colours that you've got within those 12 pens there, and then on top of that, the ability to be able to mix these up and create different colours just among the 12 primaries that you've got there, you know, making some of your secondary colours within that set, and then alongside all of the other colours that you're getting within the essentials, alongside the colours that you're getting within your florals, alongside you're getting in your natures. Yes, that is 48 markers, but it's 48 colours that you can then get all of the different hues of colours within those 48 colours, and then create your own colours alongside that as well. It's such a brilliant set to go for. I know a lot of our guys talk about the Aqua markers perhaps being potentially an easier win than the alcohol markers. Again, I think it's horses for courses, but again, if you go back and watch a lot of the Colour Me Happy shows, there's certainly lots of different things that you can learn, lots of different techniques that you can learn with your watercolours. I mean, this one, for example, I love this. Like creating a background, you know, a little bit of spritzing going on there, and then, you know, watercolouring this beautiful stamp. Again, you can get so much depth and dimension and different colour shading with your watercolours as you can with your alcohol markers. But again here, look at that, creating a beautiful background, stamping over the top. It's just such a lovely, lovely set. And Do you know what? Talking about these, we've talked about the alcohol markers as well, and I saved this question purposely whilst we were going through these because we've seen Illustrators, we've seen Classiques, having a quick look at these Aquas. Lynn wanting to know, if I can find the question, which markers would you recommend, Leanne? So obviously, you know, we've covered off quite a lot in this show, but if you are a complete beginner, Lynn's wondering potentially which she should go for. Obviously, she's got the option of the Academy of Colour, but she's going to jump right in and go, well, where am I going to start? What would you recommend?
So if you've never coloured before,
Yeah.
I will always recommend Academy of Colour.
Yep.
That's number one, because you get everything. The pens, the stamps, the education, the tool and the know-how, if that makes sense. So I would say that. But if you're not in the market for that, if you don't fancy it, you just want to dive straight in with markers, I always say start with Tri-Blend. Because it definitely is the marker that helps you on your journey and understand why you need 3 colours to achieve a blend with an alcohol marker, which you don't need with watercolour because you move the ink and make it darker or lighter by adding more or less water to it. So with alcohol, because you can't do that, then you do need several colours of the same shade and tone. So for me, always Tri-Blend if you're a brand new colourist, and it doesn't matter whether you choose the Tri-Blend or the Tri-Brush. They work in the same way, and actually maybe getting a few of each and deciding which nib you like best on that journey might be a good option for you. But a try of some nature would be the best place to start.
But like we said today, with the fact that the Academy of Colour is on such a great price, that is definitely the in for you, Lynn, if you haven't coloured before, or maybe you're a little bit ring rusty, shall we say, that is the way to go. But a lovely collection of all of the Spectrum Noir products across the show today, £48 or $68 if you want to go for the Aqua markers. Loving all the ink pads, says Alcha de Vries. Robbie Hedrick says, I don't think I've missed a single show of Colour Me Happy. It's my absolute favourite. And Pammy on YouTube is saying Shimmer ink pads are brilliant. Tina says, good morning, I've just bought those Shimmer ink pads, but not used them yet. I'm certainly going to use them following Leanne's fantastic demonstration. Right, we're going to take a short break. Talking of your Tri-Blends and your Tri-Blend brushes, we've got those to have a look at when we do come back from the break in just a few moments' time. Don't forget, everything is there on the web for you. Hit the Shop the Day button to see everything that we've got coming up on all of the shows today. And of course, don't forget that code CMH10 if you're buying any of the individual Spectrum Noir products on the web, where you can save yourself an extra 10%. Right, we'll come back in just a few moments' time. In the meantime, check out your carts, check out your baskets, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Come on, that was really funny, Ben. You did.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan.
Can we clip that? We'll do it. Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
I have to tell you, every single person works tirelessly behind the scenes, and I can't just give a shout out to one person, because for me it has to be John, Tracy and Jake.
Going to give a shout out to our backstage hero, and I'm actually going to say heroes. It has got to be our product coordination team. It's got to be.
Because without those 3 people, when we're on air, we wouldn't be able to function like we do. They make sure we have everything we need, right from the samples to the product to having a drink of water throughout the show. They really look after us.
You see us day in, day out, 7 days a week, live on TV. We're crafting away. We're hopefully inspiring you. Every single card, every single product, every single tool that we touch has come from product coordination. Those guys are the unsung hero. They're there making sure we have the products, we have the inks, we have the tools, we have everything that we need. We have the power to actually work our Gemini ranges. The smooth running of behind the scenes of Crafters TV is all down to our product coordination team.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for checking out your carts and your baskets. Lots of you loving the deal that we've got as far as those shimmer inks are concerned, and just lots of general chat around all of the deals that we've got today. Remember, we're back this afternoon at 2, so just over an hour and 20 minutes time, where we've got the official Colour Me Happy anniversary show. Loads of great deals there. Is there anything particular that you want to see in that show? Let me know before the end of this show, and as always in that show we will be answering all your questions. So pipe up, put your hand up, ask that question. If you've had a question you've been needing to get answered for ages when it comes to colouring, there is no better show to ask it on. And also feel free to send in your pictures as well. We would love to get a bit of a gallery going. We've kind of brought the galleries back over the course of the last few weeks, and you guys have absolutely loved them. So send in your pictures. Anything you like, really, but it'd be brilliant if you could send in pictures of your colouring. We would love to show those, and we'll do that throughout the show a little bit later on. And hey to Candy, who's just joined us, saying it's actually the ink pads and the tri-blends that brought me to watching Crafters TV. Talking of the tri-blends, we are going to have a look at those right now with Leanne, and we've got the tri-blends and we've got the tri-blend brush pens here, haven't we?
We do, Ben. And so we've got 4 different sets for you to choose from, and I'll talk to you about each of the benefits of the separate sets so that you can decide. The first set we're going to look at is the tri-blend essential set. And you've got in here, in every one, you've got 24 markers, which when you know that each marker has 3 colours, that's 24 markers, 72 colours in each of these boxes that you've got. And each box crammed with those fabulous colours in there. Now, if I show you this chart, this is the chart of colour for that essential box that we were just talking about. And tri-blend is a bullet nib. So it's going to be the marker that you would use before you transition to Classique. Yeah. Because it's the same type of nib. And then what you get in each one of the pens is 3 different colours, which you can see on those triangles there, in the same hue. Hue is a colour tone. So in the same hue, 3 different intensities of the shade. So you've got a light, a medium and a dark. So hue is a colour, shade is the intensity, light, medium and dark.
Yeah.
And you've got 3 shades of each hue in each marker, which allows you then to get that lovely smooth transitional blend where you don't have to work out which 3 pens go together. We have done that for you. Take 1 pen, colour in an image and it will be absolutely beautiful because you've got the light, medium and dark. It takes all of the work out of trying to navigate an alcohol pen system and just allows you to pick up a pen, colour something and it works for you. And actually, Ben, you might have heard me tell the story many times when we first developed Spectrum Noir and the colour system that we have with the letters and numbers to identify light, medium and dark, and the cool and warm tones that we've got in the markers, the hues you can see here. I've always told the story about a very good friend teaching me the difference between warm colours and cool colours because I was getting a terrible result when I was colouring in. And this is way back and why we first started developing the Spectrum Noir range. That friend was Shayna Douglas.
I don't think I've heard that story.
Yes, I've told the story lots of times. I was starting to alcohol colour, couldn't get a good result, couldn't understand why, watching YouTubes, why do mine not look the same as everybody else's, incredibly frustrated, very sad, felt like I was just no good at it, so that doesn't do very good for your confidence either.
Yeah.
I was very frustrated and in a very sad place because I'd spent a fortune on alcohol markers.
Yeah.
And I was having a lovely crafty afternoon with Shayna one day and just said, it doesn't work, I can't do it, it doesn't work. And she said, you can do it, it does work. Look, these are the mistakes you're making. Explain to me about needing 3 colours of the same hue in different shades and light and cool and warm colours. And I had an epiphany. And that's when I came into Crafters Companion and said, I've been colouring with Shane, I've had an epiphany. Now I know what I should be doing. There's bound to be hundreds of people out there need the same thing. We need to make some markers. And Sarah said, yeah, crack on, Chivs.
Ha!
That's how it happened. That's the full story.
Well, I've never heard that story before.
That is the full story. So now you've got Shayna here too. She's going to be able to teach you that onward journey. You've got me showing you what she showed me years ago in terms of this is how you get the best out of the markers. And tri-blends do that for you. They give you those colours that Sheila did with me on my dining room table over 10 years ago, and it puts it very simply into a marker form for you, so you just get the brilliant results. So that's your essential collection. That's your first one. Then you've got the deep blends in the same. So these are also bullet nibs. So again, you've got 24 markers in your deep blends, 72 different colours, and the colours are different to in this collection here.
Right.
So you can use the two together if you want to. This is a deeper, darker blend of the same colours in this box. If I point out to you coral, for example, you can see those 3 corals there in the tri-blend box, the one I've just shown you, a lighter blend. If I take you straight to the coral on here, which I'm finding and is there, you can see that is a much, much darker blend when I put the two together there like that.
Yes.
So you can see the coral, the lighter and the darker. So you can use actually those 2 pens together.
Yes.
So if you bought the Essential and the Deep collection, you've got 144 colours, all of the possibilities. Because you've got the light and the deep, and then you can join the 2 together and make the middle tone too. So it gets very exciting when you buy more than one box. Buy them individually, whether you like to colour light or colour dark, but if you want to get both, they'll play together because it extends and makes deeper the blend you started with in the Essential collection.
Prices, by the way, are incredible. Bottom of the screen, in case you've been just letting those wander by, 46.40 or 71.20. So those are your tri-blend markers.
Yes.
We've then got tri-blends which have the brush nib.
The brush nib, and so these would be the segue into Illustrator.
Yeah.
So tri-blend segue into Classique, tri-blend brush segue into Illustrator, depending on whether you like a firm or a softer brush nib when you're colouring. So we've got the tri-blend brush complete collection, and in there you've got all of these colours, and again, beautiful array of colour in those 3 tones. You can see on that little triangle there how it ombres to give you that lovely 3D blend, and all of those colours, 24 markers, 72 colours in that complete collection for you. And then if you move on from there, we've also got our extension. So the same concept I talked to you about with the bullet nib, we've done with the tri-blend brush. So we've given you the extension colours in here to extend the original complete collection.
Yeah.
So you can go to the darker tones of your blend, or in fact, use these alongside these, and they'll all play very nicely together because you don't get repeat colours. You get different colours.
And essentially, the same colours across your tri-blends and your tri-blend brushes, so you could
Correct.
mix the two there
Correct.
as well.
Yes, correct. Absolutely.
It's all coming together now, isn't it? You
It
see?
really is.
It's all
I think
just
there's a
becoming
song there.
Clear.
No, that's Celine, and it's all coming back to me now. That's a different
Coming
song.
back, it's coming
Yeah,
back.
everything's got a song. Do you know what we've started doing in the product development team, Ben?
Oh, yeah.
I thought about you actually when I started doing it.
Oh, thank you.
So every product development meeting,
Yeah.
I feel like, because a lot of my staff are significantly younger than me.
Oh, yeah.
So when we're having a meeting, everything for me turns into a song. As we know, on
Yep.
shows, you'll turn everything into a song. So in meetings, I'll be like, oh, that's this song, and the sea of blank faces. Apart from Caroline, who's similar age to me, and Amy, who's trendy. So they're like, yes, Leanne, we know. Everybody else is like, no, don't know what that song is. So now we've started on my whiteboard. Every time that happens, I'm creating a product development educational music playlist.
Oh, nice.
So I'm writing it on, and then I'm going to pull it all together in Spotify and send it around to the team so we can have a little bit of a music education.
I love that. And then they'll get kind of like schooled on the good stuff as
On
well,
the
won't
good
they?
stuff, the stuff they've missed out on, because they don't know things like sitting on the dock of the bay. That's on my list.
Wait, what?
That's on my list, Ben.
What? You have
Sitting on the dock of the bay.
You have people in the team who don't know that song.
3.
What?
This is why we've had to start the list, Ben, because I was just looking at them going, are you having a giraffe? This is history in that you need to know these things. Status quo. They didn't know a couple of status quo. Whatever you want.
Get
do
out
whatever
of
you
town.
like. They didn't know. You take a chance. And I mean, whatever you win. Whatever you lose. They didn't know it, Ben.
You're joking me.
It's on the list. I'm going to take a photograph of the list for you because you're not going to believe it.
I need to see this list.
I'm photographing it for you and I'm bringing it back. So
Thank you.
I'm going to do it.
Because you know what we're like here.
flabbergasted.
We love our music, and I'm almost slightly offended by that they don't know classic songs like Dock of the Bay and Status Quo. Come on. I bet they know Rockin' All Over the World though, surely.
Do you know, can I just tell you what they didn't know?
What?
Proclaimers.
What, 500 miles?
500 miles.
Get out
I had
of
to play it.
town.
I had to play it on my phone and go, you know this. No.
Blank expressions.
Blank expressions.
No hope is there.
This is why we've got the educational list now, Ben.
That is. And that is also another reason to love Sheena as well, because she loves to sing songs.
She really does. Shana and I can literally communicate only in songs. Like when Shana and I are talking to each other, there will literally be everybody standing around us, and you can just see them going, does this make sense to anybody else? What are they talking about? Because we're literally, song, blah, 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 laughing for 5 minutes, then most of them or whatever, and people are like, whoa, no, they're communicating on a different, they've got their own language. So that would be fun if we're ever on the show together, Ben.
Oh, that would be amazing. That would be one to watch. That's why now, right, so I mean, I sometimes listen to the radio, but I have my playlist on my phone. I have lots of different playlists, but my favourite songs is just literally songs from, I mean, I've got Sinatra right through to some current day stuff with Ed Sheeran, but it's all of the good stuff in between. Whenever I'm in the car, that always gets played, and as much as the kids are in the back and they're going, I want them to know those songs so that in, 10, 12 years' time when they're in a workplace and these conversations happen, they'll know and they'll be able to put their hand up and go, I know that one.
Yeah.
That's Status Quo, that's Otis Redding, that's Bob Marley, that is.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what we did with Peter, and Peter knows all of those songs. He's 29, he's 30 next year. He's got a really good eclectic knowledge of music because we played all of the songs from when he was little. So I've started doing that, that's what I'm doing. I think it's a public service actually for my team, I've decided.
Absolutely right.
I don't know if they're on the same page, but anyway, I'm going to share the list with them at the end of the month.
It's all about the good music, isn't it? I don't think you have to like a particular style of music. I just love good music, from classical to rap
Eminem.
and everything in between. Eminem, yeah.
Yeah.
Love a bit of Eminem sometimes.
Me too.
Yeah. sometimes like a bit of Beethoven. Depends what mood I'm in. A couple of questions come in. Hannah says, I love the Academy of Colour pens. Would I be better off getting the tri-blend brushes rather than the bullet nibs after?
If you're moving on from Academy of Colour, I would say yes, because we put the brush nib in there for you. So you'll already be used to how that feels. So from Academy of Colour, your next step would be Illustrator or tri-blend brush.
And a further question from Hannah who says, so could you get one essential and one deep, but one bullet and one brush and there wouldn't be repeats?
Let me check that for you. I'm checking it now.
Okay.
Essential blends in tri-blend and complete collection tri-brush. There would be some repeats.
Right.
Because the colours are the same, it's a different application. It's a different experience in terms of how you lay down the colour. They'll work together, but if you got the, for example, Essential collection in tri-blend and the complete collection in tri-brush, you would get some repeats. So for example, you can see here, look, dark red blend, coral blend, burnt orange, golden yellow. No golden and yellow in that one, but there is a citrus green there. So there might be some additional ones, you will get repeats.
Okay. Heather just says they certainly do need an education on the great music, and Rhonda says Sitting on the Dock of the Bay is a classic. I'm in shock that someone, let alone 3, haven't heard that song. I'm as much in shock as you are, Rhonda. Just before we disappear, should we just have a look at some pictures to show you what else we've got on the website today? Lots of storage goodies. 25% off all storage on the web. The 48 marker storage carry case for your tri-blends, this one. We do have lots of different carry cases there on the web for lots of the different pens that we've got, but this one perfect for carrying your tri-blends in. Price today on that, well, you see you've got 25% saving. That's what we're saying right across the storage on the website. So £23.99 platinum or $29.99 if you're shopping in the US. We've then got the storage universal carry bag. Leanne will know, I always forget the numbers here, but basically you can pop in your, whether it's your pen trays or your ink pad trays, you can stack these all within the bag, can't
168 pens.
Yep.
12 trays.
Right.
I think it is. 14 trays.
Yes.
168 markers, I believe it is.
Yep. And
for your ink pads, I believe you can get...
I'm going to look. I always forget the numbers here.
I always forget. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think you can get something like 30 ink pads in there. I think you can get 42 ink pads. There you go.
216 markers or 42 ink pads.
Well, there you go then.
There you go.
What's 14 times 12?
14 times 12 is 144, I think. No, that's more than that. No, it's more than that. 156, 168, I think. Oh dear. It holds up to 216 markers or 42 ink pads, it says here.
So what is 216 divided by 12?
18 pen trays or 14 ink pad trays.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
18 trays, 14 ink pad trays.
And you can see with this as well that it transports perfectly. So, you know, the way that this kind of all zips up, once your pens and ink pads are in there, they're not going to like bump all over the place.
No.
And also that front flap coming down means that you don't even have to then dispense them out the bag if you don't want to.
Nope, I just work from the bag. Mine are in that bag like that at home.
Yeah.
And that's just because I don't have a lot of desktop space. And the whole bag literally goes on top of the cupboard, the crafty cupboard, and then I pull it down and I craft from it. And then put it back.
And also that is an incredible price today. £50, $60 normally. You're saving 25%, less your Club Inspired discount. Just obviously as a by the by, you do have to buy the trays separately, but we do have those available for you as well. So whatever you need to stock up on. I know our trays have been very, very busy recently, whether it be the pen trays or the ink pad trays. Here you're getting 6 trays, each unit holding 12, isn't it? So 12, my maths is so poor today. 72, so that's £11.99 or $14.97 Again, just a great way to store your pens, have them there in front of you. You know, if you are someone perhaps who's short of space, stock up on those, because you can stock these vertically. You can just maybe use a few and go across your craft space, or indeed you can sort of stack these in like a stadium fashion if you want to do that. But they are super handy for all of your pens. And then we've got your 12 marker storage wallet as well. That again with a 25% saving, £7.19 or $10.19 on that one. And then the ink pads as well, the ink pad storage, 6 of these you're going to get, £10.19 or $14.97. The 25% on those, I think I want to say that is just until midnight, but whichever way, if you need to stock up on storage, that is the way to go. Also worth bearing in mind too that on the website, on the homepage, wherever you're looking right now, you've got 3 for 2 on buddy bags. There's also 15% off embossing folders and stencils for today. That is our April Showers event where it's raining deals. See what we did there? And then also you've got that code as well for the individuals. So if you're buying anything individually from the Spectrum Noir range, you can use that code CMH10. You get an extra 10% off. And great news as well, if you're after the stamp cleaning station with the solution. I know the solution was out of stock. It is now back in that bundle. Details on your screen just there, £16.78 or $22.32. What a show! That has been some show. We are going to be doing a little bit more for you later on. In fact, the official Colour Me Happy anniversary show from 2 o'clock this afternoon. If there's anything that you want to see in that show, feel free to fire some suggestions through. And again, come back and join us and ask any more questions that you might have. And let's get a pretty gallery going with all of your colouring projects of recent times, please. You can send those in now and indeed between shows to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Thank you, Leanne.
Thank you, Ben.
See you in an hour.
In an hour, yeah, I'm going to go and have me brie, bacon and cranberry panini.
Ooh.
Can't wait to hear from everybody what they're having for lunch when we come back.
I'm back on the old being good again. I had a bit of a blowout this weekend. I've been dieting recently.
Okay.
So I've got 3 boiled eggs, some fish sticks and spinach.
Wow.
Stay away from me
That's
later
a combo.
on. That is a combo,
Ben.
Yep.
Yeah.
You go that way.
And I'll go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for watching. We'll be back in an hour's time. Until then, bye for now.